Hello, everybody. This is Natalie Koval and the Matchmaking Boutique Possible. We are starting our new stream with the Ukrainian ladies, and I'm very happy to hear everybody and introduce you to my new and existing, let's say, residents of the Matchmaking Boutique Possible live streams. Today we're going to talk about secrets of dating Ukrainian women. As we know, there can be many cultural differences between dating in the guy's home country and Ukraine. And a foreign guy, although he may have tried to learn what to do and what not to do, he can make small mistakes that a Ukrainian guy would not. First of all, I would like to say that in this stream, we are going to, let's say, probably compare or like draw some parallels between dating a Ukrainian man or how Ukrainian men behave while dating Ukrainian ladies, and what foreigners do, and what, basically it's an idea, what a foreigner can learn from a Ukrainian guy and succeed more on his dating a Ukrainian lady. So my name is Natalie Koval. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and visit our website www.possible.ua, and you will see a lot of great information. You can check who we are, and you can get the idea of what is the Matchmaking Boutique Possible about. And if this is your feeling, you can become our client and we can get you married, because that's what we do. I introduce guys from all over the world to wonderful women in Ukraine. We create families, we have children. We already have 3 children that were born since the beginning of this year. I'm so inspired with this. I hear more children coming. I hear more matches happening when the guys are great. So let's go. Watching our videos, you may have specific questions in mind, and of course we are not able to answer all the questions, but if you come to my personal matchmaking interview, then I will be able to help you to make a lot of things clear in your dating Ukrainian women, in your understanding Ukrainian women, and in making your own strategy in your relationship with Ukrainian women really cool. I've been doing it for 23 years. We have more than up to 200, I believe, happily married couples, and I know how to do it right, and I give a lot of support to everybody who wants to. And today we are discussing the subject of secrets of dating Ukrainian women, and I've invited the most sincere, caring, attractive, educated ladies to our stream, and these women are clients of the Matchmaking Boutique Possible. They are for real. We have their profiles on our secure database, and these ladies are happy to be here, and I'm happy to share who they are when you ask me. So you can write to my WhatsApp messenger, +38. Here's my number, +3806723208003 is my number, and you can see that, and you can write me a message asking who are these wonderful ladies, or please send me profile of Elena or Marina or Svetlana or Victoria, and I will give you the link, and you can see who they are, because not only beauty is important, and all of them are absolutely gorgeous, but also the inner world, who they are as people. And today, our guests are Natali. She's an attractive, educated, playful, and affectionate. Hello, Natalia. Nice to meet you here. Thank you for being with us.
Hello, nice to meet you here too.
Yeah. Svetlana, she is stunning, very passionate, intelligent, and super creative. Hi, Svetlana.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
Thank you for being with us. Really, thank you so much for your time. Elenita, she is a beautiful holder of PhD who is also sincere, talkative, and very sexy. Hello, Elenita.
Hello, Natalie. I am not PhD. I am only beautiful and sexy.
You are a highly educated doctor, Elenita. Your knowledge is to triple PhD, and, and and things that you do is like wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you, Natalie.
Victoria is coquettishly charming, smiling, optimistic, and loving. Hello, dear Victoria.
Hello, Natalie. I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad to meet all of us. Thank
Thank
you.
you. And our dear Marina, or we call it Marinachka. When you want to call lady a very pleasant name, we use the word and we add chka. Marina, Marinachka. Marinachka is elegant, well favored, caring, and highly intellectual. Hello, Marina.
Hello, Natalie and ladies. And I'd like to say that also possible to say not only Marinочка, but also Marisha. And yes, when I was a child, yes, quite often the parents called me, and now my friends sometimes called me Marisha.
Well, here's the first hint that actually came right here to our gentlemen who are watching us. We have 7 people right now live. Harry is with us. Добрый вечер, Harry, and thank you for being here. Other guys didn't write anything, but hello, gentlemen who are watching us, and we will have more people joining. So the first thing, names. It's very important to call each other by name, and the name carries a special image, a special energy, and when we hear our name, our heart connects to the person. And when you are having a relationship with your girl, when you really like her, you need to ask her how she prefers you to call her. Marina, or Marisha, or Marinочка, or Marie, or maybe Marina, or whatever your special name. Sorry, Marina, for using you as an example, but I think uh, it's an international name, so it's easy to use. We call each other with private names, but in Ukraine we have many variations of using a name. For example, Natalia, Natali, Tasha, Tusa, Natalie, Natalichka, Nata, and all this can be addressed to me, and I will say, hey, yes, because if there is no other Natalie in the room, it might be directing to me. When you are communicating with your lady, finding the special name makes sense and is going to connect you strongly. Hello, Johnny. Another gentleman has added his highs. So let's talk. We're going to talk about things that matter to the guys, because one of the gentlemen has asked this question, and the first question is: if the ladies were out on a date with a foreign guy, and he got or did something slightly wrong, would she point out this mistake to him? Natalie, what do you think? Would you point out, or maybe did you have any experiences like this?
Good evening again. I don't have such experience, but as I understand, the situation is the first date and something is going wrong, not in the right way. Maybe we are somewhere in a cafe or restaurant, so I think it will be better just to correct the situation at first, yeah? And then maybe after this, in soft way, in delicate way, explain what is going wrong, maybe just after this. And I think that such things can happen because of cultural differences. And if the date is successful and finished successfully, and next time when we can meet, we can discuss everything in details, not to be confused next time, just. But if it is not successful, so maybe just correct the situation and it can be finished.
Thank you. What do you think, Svetlana? Thank you.
Hello. I think that I would not underline this situation. I will just look how the situation will be developed further, and if, of course, everything will not be successful, I will very carefully make some say some
Corrections.
words. Yes, some corrections. Yes, something like this.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Elenita? Would you point out a mistake among us?
Oh, thank you, Natalie, for my choice now. And I remember the dating in the restaurant with nice men which came from other country, and the atmosphere was so nice. The food was very good. The service also was amazing, and we both were happy. But in the end of our meeting, I mentioned that it's a tradition in Ukraine. Then people can give some tips to waiter if they are satisfied with service and food. And frankly speaking, man which was with me, he was from country where tips are not used. So for him it was a little bit strange, but he felt himself very good, and he was proud of himself when he gives some tips to waiter. And I also was very proud of him that he
No.
followed my advice. So, and the end was even better than all dinner.
Uh-huh. Wow, that's very, very impressive. Thank you. Well, usually people from Australia are not living tips, from my experience, because it's not in their culture. They just don't give tips in restaurants. And when they come here, they are surprised. But when girls are pointing out them, that's fine. Thank
Yes,
you.
sometimes I understand that it can be included in the price of food. In some restaurant, they even pay on the receipt. The tips are included, but in Ukraine, it's not a common situation. And I mentioned very delicately to man, and he appreciated, and he was proud of himself.
Nice. How about you, Marina? Thank you. Thank you, Elenita, my dear. How about you, Marina? Have you had any situations like this? And how did you solve?
I'd say that I have more, a kind of business dinners, not date. But okay, sometimes it happens that something goes wrong, or I see a person like did any mistakes, but I prefer not to tell directly, especially if the person is not well known to me. But lately, if the relationship continue, I prefer to tell a kind of story or metaphor in order to explain what is wrong. So not to say directly that you are wrong or something goes not in the right way, but yes, I prefer a kind of storytelling way to explain my opinion.
That's a good idea. And sometimes it's best when you see yourself on the side. For example, when I'm with my husband and he does something wrong, and I see similar situation later, because well, we all do same mistakes, and these situations are numerous. I'm saying, look at that guy. He's doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm kind of hinting that he did the same thing. And I say, like, this is so ugly. This is so like unacceptable. It doesn't always work, but slowly it helps to make it better. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for your answer on the first question. And we have a comment from Harry that as well, as we are talking about names, I believe it is polite to address older people, such as a lady's parents, with their names in patronymic. How does the guy find out the grandparents or grandfather's names? Well, first of all, Harry, you are asking your fiance or your girlfriend how, and I advise it not only to you, Harry, but also to other gentlemen who are listening to us. Ask before you visit her home. Ask what is better, how it is better to call people by name or by name and patronymic name. Or, for example, Petro or Petro Ivanovich. For you, it can be hard to remember, but it's about the family. Nowadays, when I see in Ukraine, people prefer to be addressed only with their name. This is how they feel younger. When you are addressing somebody with a name and patronymic name, it's more academia, it's more official, and it's keeping the distance. That's new connotation of the of calling the names. If you want to be closer to your in-laws, you might just call them by Anna or Petro or Ivan instead of Ivan Petrovich, Anna Ivanivna, something like this. But it has to be in the habit of the family, how it is accepted in that particular family, because they may feel really cherished and give special attention to them and special honor to them if you address them by name and patronymic, because this is in their mind. So always ask. Yeah, sounds very informal, which is better, and remembering names is difficult anyway. But good news is that, well, we have like a fixed set of names in Ukraine, like Natalia, Olga, Svetlana, Elena, Tatiana, Irina, Oksana, and then come more unusual, like or more rare names like Maya, Inna. Yeah, so with time, you will remember names, and it will be easy to for sure, especially when you love someone. The next question is, she might be pleased that he has tried to learn local customs, and the small mistakes might make her smile inside. And she may not want to correct his small mistake, as it is quite endearing to her. However, they continue to date, and of course, the guy continues to make the same mistake on each date. At what point in time would she point out the mistake to him? After all, as we all know, small trivial things can get blown completely out of proportion over time. And what started as a quiet endearing can, over time, become a major source of irritation. So, ladies, how would you treat something a repeated mistake? Natalie, what do you think?
I think that it's very important to talk about these things that you don't like, and not to accumulate maybe inside yourself. And we know that the man himself most likely won't guess what upsets us, and he will not be able to fix his mistakes. So I think that if we speak about these mistakes and explain what is going wrong, maybe he will remember. I hope he will remember, and a while after this, he will begin to change his maybe habits or actions. And I think that we'll see that is, if we are both going to we are thinking about some changes and we are continuing some successful relations, I think that it's a teamwork just to explain each other all the mistakes, and maybe just to maybe to change each other in the right way, that we need to be together. Maybe after this, all these mistakes, if the man wants to change them, he will change these actions. But I hope that they will listen to this, and then after all, he will understand, and everything will be okay. He will, step by step, listening a word after word, he will do the things that disturbs us. Yeah.
Have you had this kind of situations in dating somebody?
I don't have like this, but I was once at the marriage, the wedding of one of my friends, and she is Ukrainian and he is American, and we tried to have the wedding here according. It was a modern celebration, but you know that our children sometimes can't do the right things, and at the end of the celebration they stole the bride. And you know that according to all the traditions the groom has to pay some money, and we had to explain to him that he had to pay each sum to each child. At first he was surprised, then he listened, and after that direction was very interesting. He was very attentive. He tried to follow it step by step. He did everything that our children told him, and then he saw his wife. And now they have 3 children, and these 3 children are raised in Ukrainian traditions and American traditions. And they are bilingual, and when they come to Ukraine, they act as Ukrainians do here, and when they are at home, they are Americans. It's very interesting that the man he wants to be Ukrainian here and to be American at home. So, like such changes, very interesting. They want to be together and they want to change each other. And she is the same. She is here Ukrainian, and there she does as American women have to do.
Wow.
So
That's impressive. Thank you for your story, Natalia. Thank you. Thank you, dear Natalie. Svetlana, how about you? Have you had situations when a man was repeating a mistake, or like how would you do it?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I count that it definitely should be discussed, and I had such kind of situation in my communication with foreign men. He had some very interesting habit. He sometimes he made jokes about Ukrainians, and it was not like very rude jokes, but actually it was really irritating for me, and I tried to explain several times that some things should be say with more polite, or just don't be said at all. So for my opinion, it's very important to hear what is important for each other, and with big respect relate to this, and because of this, the relationship will be successful.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Svetlana. Thank you, dear. Elenita, what can you say?
Oh, thank you, Natalie, for question. So I would like to say that I often hear that a foreign man says, "I traveled thousands of miles here," and you have to admire that. And unfortunately, many foreign men are overestimating the fact of traveling to Ukraine, even it's far from their country. And it's such situation when there are many guys like you trying their luck, and they compete for the prettiest women with local men.
Yeah.
If you think that the fact of you have traveled to Ukraine is so valuable, then it tells me about your oversized ego
Yeah.
and nothing else to show as your strong features. Of course, I understand and I appreciate long traveling, a lot of travel expenses, some stress even, but due to this, some foreign men are expecting of a woman to dedicate all her time to them. So I should have day off. I should give my all things, so my work, my maybe personal duties, and dedicate all my time to this man. And sometimes it's not possible because sometimes you should arrange it in advance. And Ukrainian man has a privilege of time, and a foreigner does not. And he's panicking of this, yes, because he feels that something wrong. He cannot receive all attention from lady, all her time. And I remember a date with a very nice man, and he completely failed our communication because he demanded me to leave my work just because he was in my city.
Right.
And can you imagine that in this time I had some working problems, working issues? It's like a destiny, I don't know. So, and I very apologize. So I feel blame. So I feel shy, and it was not like good result of our communication in our meeting. And unfortunately, we did not have any communication before he arrived, so I didn't know him, so I could not plan in advance my time. And we met only when he was already in Kiev. It was really a good date, a great date, but he demanded that as I spent all my time with him, or we stop going out. So, unfortunately, I stopped as I could not get time or off from my job. It was really such situation. I could not sacrifice. And so my kindly asking to men to be more understanding and caring about Ukrainian women and their time, because local men have a great advantage here. And there is no pressure of time, and local men can be more relaxed and have a different dynamics of dating. So I understand that traveling and a short time in our country for men, it's a big pressure, but unfortunately it should be natural, yes. And
Right.
so it's very important.
Thank you, Elenita, for this long comment. But this comes to a repeated mistake. Usually, foreign men do on their first dates when they like somebody. They would nag and they would demand it. Sorry for using this kind of words, but that sounds to women as lack of confidence. And we can talk about this now, so you guys don't repeat this kind of mistake. Thank you, Elenita.
Natalie, but I would like to say that, of course, if I can be prepared in advance and I know men before, and we can plan our dating, so I can arrange a lot of activities together,
Yes.
visiting theaters, nature, maybe horses, maybe
Yes.
rivers. So, but the first meeting, I cannot do this. So.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Everything when it's planned in advance, it's far easier to do. Marina, how about you? Yeah, we will then pass to another subject of what great things foreign guys can learn from Ukrainians. But so we have only half an hour left. So Marina, would you? The question is actually, would you? If you see a repeated mistake a guy does, would you tell that to him, and how would you do that? Or if you had this kind of experience before, when it started annoying you that he does this, you didn't pay attention to this before, but now it becomes kind of a subject of your unhappiness. So you might say like this.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say that I've read somewhere that there are 4 levels of love, and one level of love when people a little bit distancing each other, and it could be that the things which previously they like it in each other, now they became a kind of irritates. And in this situation, I'd say I prefer to think what's happened around and why this happened. Maybe something changed in myself, not in the man which is near to me, but it's really reason that I became to perceive a situation in other way. So yes, it's depends on relationships. It's not about the first date, but in a more long relationship. But I think that it is important in this situation, think what happened inside you, and then continue and try to understand and to discuss probably what's good and
Just a
what's not
moment.
good.
Guys, did you hear this? This is the wife material talking. She's looking at the situation from different sides. This is what you want your wife to think like. That's well, I'm just having goose chills all over my body, just thinking, wow, Marina, that's proper. Because if you are absolutely right. When you become irritated about something, it's something inside you that is bothering. It's not the thing that he does. This is a bigger thing than just that little mistake, because that little mistake can be too disturbing if you really care. Thank you. So please mention these three other levels of love if you want to, or maybe we'll talk about it later, and we will go on.
Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly three
Okay,
levels of love.
fine,
And
no
I
problem.
find that
No problem. Great. That's worth the whole time that we're sitting here. This kind of comment. Thank you, my dear Marina. Now, the gentleman where Harry was mentioning the flowers, because and let's ask the ladies. You know, guys, foreign guys give dozens of roses, like 12 roses, right? Have any one of you received 12 roses as a gift? And did it bother you?
Natalie, you mean 12? It's like double, double, double. So
12,
12.
11, 12. 12.
So, in my experience, I got very big bunch of roses, and I don't remember. I could not calculate. It was 100 or 101. So it's difficult to say, and I'm sure that woman can receive a big flower. She will not calculate it quickly.
So give more than 12 and you are safe, guys. Did
You
you
will
hear
be, yes.
Well, of course, it's a joke, but well, here when a woman is in my experience, I had a guy bringing 12 roses, and I said, "But this is well, we give odd number because even number goes to funeral." And she says, "No worries, Natalie, here's your rose," something like this.
Bravo. Natalie deserves.
I earned a flower. And yes, usually this kind of the number of flowers doesn't bother, and you just tell it once. He doesn't keep bringing 12 roses all the time. And the flower example is the simplest. Hello, can see. We have a new visitor here. Elenita, Harry made a comment about your words that no one is forcing a guy to travel to Ukraine. It's his decision, and to expect some huge gratitude from a lady is actually wrong. Yeah, but there are still guys who think like this. But we are talking about good experiences today. Let's start talking about great things Ukrainian men do that foreign guys may know about it, or should know about it, or will hear in this stream, or when they listen to the recording of it. And it will encourage them to use that in their dating techniques and their dating strategies. My only comment is that now, whatever you will hear from ladies, It has to be in your blood, as we say. It has to be coming from the bottom of your heart. If you are like this, if you hear and it responds in your heart, then do it. Don't be shy. Because this is what Ukrainian or Slavic men do. Because this stream is not about only Ukrainian women; it's about Slavic women. It's good for a guy who is dating a Russian girl, who is dating a Belarusian girl, who is dating a girl from the former Soviet Union, and because we grew up in the same area, and the common stereotypes were used, and guys behaved in a kind of different same way. So my message is, if you feel that you would do the same, then do it, because that would score 1,000% in the lady's understanding of who you are and how you care, and you get your relationship blossom. So let's talk about more things that help relationships blossom that some Ukrainian guys do and girls like. Svetlana, what about your experience? Tell me things. Share your secrets.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes, yes. How does the Ukrainian man
Because it
act?
was.
Svetlana, that,
Mhm.
yeah, there's a
Yes,
voice.
thank you. Excuse
Yeah.
me, because it was something wrong with connection. Okay,
Okay.
what I would like to say about Ukrainian man, it's like that man, Ukrainian man, if he likes girl, he does not wait. He gets her number and asks her out immediately. A foreigner may wait for too long and loses about 80% of her interest, or
Yeah.
the longer he waits, the more he loses.
Thank you.
So, mhm.
Super, fantastic. This is what I see all the time, especially American and British guys. They're saying it's customary here to meet a girl and then take your time and wait for 4 or 5 days, digest it. Decide. You don't have this 4 or 5 days. First, second, well, when you're meeting each other online, maybe you do, but let's say each hour makes you further and further from the girl, because first of all, you're not dating a British or American girl. Second, um, dating Slavic women, you need to know that the sooner you contact her after the initial connection, after the initial getting to know her, the clearer message that you really care, you are interested, and you win when you contact her immediately. Basically, if I introduce you to a lady and you have a video date, and you are interested, don't wait. Get her number and text her exactly after you finish the meeting. That's the best sign. Thank you, my dear sweetheart. Natalie, how about you? In your opinion, what are Ukrainian guys segregated?
The first thing I would like to tell that our guys sometimes are very spontaneous, and we know that if they want to make a huge impression on a woman, they can spend even all their money on flowers, make an unforgettable date, and then get up in the morning and think how to live. And the foreigner will have a plan, and he will have a plan of his further steps. So this is a great difference. And also, our men maybe are more private about their personal life. They don't talk about their previous relations on the first date, and they don't like these things very much. But the one thing I would like to tell that is our men are direct and tell the truth if they don't like something, and the foreigners are always diplomatic. This may be not good, but sometimes it hurts you, but it shows that he is really genuine and just sometimes not polite. And maybe about fashion, our men and Ukrainian people are very fashionable. We like to dress, and especially for date, and foreigners are more casual. I can't tell that they can come to the first date in shortest sandals, but sometimes their casual things can try to, if you look at these casual things, you think, oh, it's not a date, it's just like walking in the park and not more. So maybe these differences sometimes make you confused, and our men know how to make your evening maybe funny and spontaneous, and a lot of interesting things they tell you just, and then next morning, I agree with girls, then next day you can get a message, so how was you, how are you, and something like that, and foreigner will wait, and it's sometimes you don't know what to think, was it good or was it bad? So maybe these things are very different with our men and foreigners.
Thank you. So I will repeat that you can be more spontaneous in dates, and women love it because spontaneousness brings more emotions. You can dress up more because dressing up, you are showing special respect and attitude, to the woman you're dating, specifically on a first date. Because other dates you will agree where you go and you will get yourself the right dress code. The first date is special, and being more reserved is also more private about many different things is also cool, and at the same time being direct. If you don't like something, guys guys from abroad usually try to be like kind of too diplomatic, and for us, when you are too polite, too diplomatic, we feel like distancing. And if you aren't that attracted, or if you aren't that interested, that's perfectly okay. But if you really want to connect to the girl, of course, you're not going to tell you look ugly in this dress on the first date, even if she does. but but you can be honest about certain things, and you will definitely win her heart. Thank you, Natalie, for these ideas about uh, comparing different behaviors of foreign and Ukrainians. Uh, Svetlana, we've spoken about flowers before, but there is something more than odd or even number of flowers. And Natalia has already mentioned that a Ukrainian guy can spend a fortune on flowers and later like think, what am I going to eat tomorrow? Spend all my salary on the flowers, being really too spontaneous and not thinking ahead. But it's a special ritual in Ukraine when you're bringing flowers. Can you tell us more, Sven?
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much for this question, because I
know,
see
but flowers and you. So we have.
yes, and actually I see big difference of understanding of this really ritual, because for Ukrainian men it's normal and to bring and to present flowers to women. Man, in this way, he is showing his status, and he also taking in consideration the woman's status and tastes. It is quite common for foreigners with serious life status to order to, not always, but sometimes it happens that like cheapest tulips or something, some candies that only Ukrainian.
Hello, Svetlana. It was a cool comment. Where are you? Hello. Well, Svetlana was sharing her idea with me, telling that it's actually the uh, do we have connection, ladies? Can you hear me? Please say something.
Yes,
Yes, I
Natalie.
can.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Okay, because we're on Wi-Fi and it works quite well. So Svetlana was sharing an experience that once she got a bouquet of flowers, that was kind of something like her 10-year-old son would buy to a girlfriend for a little like female day holiday, and it was kind of strange that a guy with that high status that was manifested. He was very proud of his very high status. Sent that kind of little bouquet. It was a gesture of attention, but at the same time, the whole message that he was carrying got completely distorted with the type of flowers he presented to a lady with a high status as well. For some reason, like an advocate in America would not send his girlfriend lawyer, like one little something, something tiny that is not adequate to his status at first glance. So I would recommend, because we discussed the situation with Svetlana before, I would recommend that giving beautiful flowers. And in Ukraine, you can still get a much better deal on flowers than abroad. And it's not about the money; it's the message that it carries. This is the attitude that you put into it. Bouquet has to look good because you are creating a love story. You are creating impressions. That's why when it comes to us bringing flowers, because I pick the best bouquet for the money guys are allocating for that. And I make the most of it, and I even do more because that's a message that is brought from the overseas to through thousands of kilometers. Just, hey, I really care. These beautiful flowers should stay and make me happy. But too much about flowers. Let's talk about other things. Thank you, Svetlana.
Excuse me, can I add about restaurants? Or
Please go ahead. Yes, please do.
Yes, I just want to say to add about paying for dinner because sometimes foreign guys expect that the lady pays her half, and Ukrainian men do not let it happen. It's extremely bad manners to discuss how cheap or expensive was the dinner also, and if you think it was cheap for some, it's bad to comment such kind of things, and it's like takes away the value of a date. So I would like to add also this.
Thank you. Or if a guy is saying, "Oh, it's so expensive," then, well, I hear very often guys saying that expensive in Kiev. Come on, Then what kind of comment is this? Does she have to understand that you can't afford a family, or if the dinner is expensive? Sometimes girls are thinking like this, and they are taking it personally. So if he is making such a comment about food, then what kind of comment he's going to have when I'm asking for clothes for the baby or food for the baby, then what kind of stability is this guy talking about? And remember that foreign guys are associated with stability, consciousness. Ukrainian guys is all about creativity, spontaneousness, but foreign guys are about stability, and that image has to be very clear. What about you, my dear Marina? What can you say? What are the good experiences that you can share with the community here? And what are good things you may share that Ukrainian guys do that haven't been mentioned?
Okay, I would like to continue idea of spontaneously.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it was not happened with me, but with some of my friend, and I can say that the Ukrainian man can turn a date into an unforgettable experience, or even to make it like holiday. He could joke, he could make a girl laugh, and sometimes behave in such a way like a clown, even on the date, just to make her fun. And Ukrainian guys like to impress at the beginning of his relationship in their courtship. they are more impulsive and creative when it comes to creating memories and surprises. And also sometimes it could happen that Ukrainian man will order a fire show just to impress a woman which is near him, even if he doesn't know if she will continue relationship with her or not. And guys here are trying their best to win girls' heart and do not give up trying. And some foreign men can tell or call it like stalking.
Well, thank you, Marina. Thank you for this comment, because I'm often telling a foreign guy, if you really like a girl, if you really want to carry the message, she wants you to be very persistent and make it special, make it a holiday, make her date really unforgettable. If you feel like you are stalking this girl, then she understands the message. So this is where it's coming from. Because Ukrainian guys try, and these are Ukrainian men that all these women are dating first. So they are getting their dating experience from dating the local guys. Some of them are becoming married and are happy with this, and they never come to me. Some of them are separating, but they still keep good memories about it. And if you are spontaneous yourself, and if you do something spontaneously, you win. You absolutely win. And if you like a girl, sometimes not taking no for an answer, if you really like her, may really win her. Sometimes there is a point. I will help you to find the point where it's a no, because very often girls are saying, if it's a maybe, then yes, try hard. But if she really doesn't care, then we'll stop there. That's a benefit of having a matchmaker who can go to the side and say, hey, if he tries harder, will it work? She says, well, maybe he's not that bad. Then you try harder. Thank you, Marina. Really, I appreciate your comments. What about you, my dear Victoria? What can you share with us?
Yes, I can say that Ukrainian men are gentlemen. They care to take me home after the date. Our guy will walk you home or send a taxi or will make sure you get home safe. Usually, Ukrainian men will ask you to call him when you get home to be sure all is ok. It is more common for foreign guys to pay no attention to how a lady gets home after the date. I feel terrible asking a foreign man to take care of my taxi when I have to get home later after our date. A Ukrainian man is attentive to details and shows care by asking if I am cold, tired, hungry on a date. And often when we are apart, I hear those questions. A Ukrainian man will offer solutions if I complain about something. For me, it is like a caring father who protects me. Very cute. Foreign guys do not usually pay attention to those things and lose their points. Oh, yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
I was once reading, really thank you, Victoria. Once reading Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. And right there, it's coming from a Western kind of habit of letting the woman vent, because some women just need to say their 5,000 words a day, and when the man comes and she just talks, and he just listens and let it go. But when a Ukrainian woman is complaining about something, she's saying this. It's a message to guys that she's asking for a solution. She wants a guy to protect her. Because we can complain just to be heard to our girlfriends. But when we are telling certain things to men, we are looking for a solution. Please, guys, remember that. And the solution can be your advice, can be your support. Maybe just going and talking to a bad neighbor. Don't do this or something like this. If you are there for a time that is long enough. But offering your solutions will be very helpful to connect more and build stronger relationships. Thank you. Thank you so much for this. Ladies, is there anything else you would like to add?
I would like to add.
Thank you.
Can I?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Mhm. Yes, I would like to say that Ukrainian men can be generous at the beginning of relationship and when they want to impress woman. So when a man has money, he likes to show off, and
They show
foreign
off.
men.
Basically, Ukrainians are showing off. Thank you. Yes. Thank
Yes,
you. Yeah.
and foreign men fear to show their status, and sometimes it's confusing. They are too afraid of scams. And I see personally lack of trust to ladies, even when the best Ukrainian matchmaker introducing us. And believe me, it's not like it's not only in this. Uh, cases, and also Ukrainian men like.
Gosh, where are you, Svetlana? Oh, hello. Hmm. Hello, hello. Uh, Svetlana, can you hear me?
Yes,
Gosh, we can. Yes,
yes, I
please,
can.
please continue. Yes, now I can hear you. Sorry for the misconnection. Please finish your idea.
Uh,
This is coming very smart. Yes.
yes, I don't know what did you hear, what you
No,
didn't.
no.
Uh,
We missed it. You were saying that foreigners are too scared of scams, even when the best Ukrainian matchmakers is introducing them, um, and it's kind of it's
I
bad.
said also
It's
that Ukrainian men like when their girls looks very good and know how it costs. So if man
yes,
seriously chasing a girl, he takes her shopping and make her look great to impress his friends, and it's also normal and uh, like
yeah. He
normal
shows
behavior.
off with his girlfriend that to his friends. Say, look like what she wears. I bought her this. I bought she's wearing shoes. That's this much money. That's that much money. So this is what Ukrainian guys do when to make their hot-looking girlfriends even hotter. I recommend for a man to do the same when they are in the relationship, but not on the first or second or third day, because then you will be like buying somebody, and you can't buy a girl, right? But when you like her, when you are together, when you're a couple, then doing how Ukrainian guys do will definitely score a certain good point in you to make your hot girl look even hotter. Thank you, Svetlana. Well, at the same time, I would like to wind up the conversation. It's about everything. It's about your spontaneousness. It's about your status. It's about your resources. It's about how generous you are. It's about how charming and funny you are, and it's about emphasizing that you really care. Um, and at the same time, when you are, dating a Ukrainian woman, you want to be kind of a little bit different, and definitely you want to be yourself. You want to not door. Hey, you want to knock at the door of her heart, and you want to say, hey, I'm here. I like you so much. You're so dear to me. And knowing these little hints that you've heard today in our stream may help you be yourself and open up and not being afraid of scams, because nobody's going to take advantage of you here, especially when you are in the safe area of a safe and reliable matchmaker. And you will start wondering. We said so many good things about Ukrainian guys. Then comes the logical questions: why these ladies are looking for a foreign husband? The problem that if one man has all the features that we have just described, he is like extravagant with money, when he is a giver, when he is funny, when he is when he cares, when he protects her, then he's married. And these are collective features that have been taken from numerous guys from all over Ukraine. It's not one person. And these collective features are also smart for Ukrainian guys to know and act more openly. And when, as it appears, a stable, reliable, thrifty, and predictable, polite foreigner wins and gets married to one of these girls. And you can always add more spice to your relationship. You can always add more flavor with things that girls were mentioning that that matter to them, that guys in Ukraine do, and you can get it into your arsenal. And remember that each love story is unique. And when you want to know more recipes and more ideas, you can always come to my matchmaking consultation and benefit from that. There is a description to this video. The link to my consultation is right there. Schedule it if you need it, and as soon as you can, and we will get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll schedule that. I'm there for your help. And I remind you that the ladies present here are all current clients of the Matchmaking Beauty Possible. And if you want to know who they are and see their pictures, please let me know, and I will send you their profile numbers, and you can find them on the possible.ua website. Stay subscribed to Matchmaking Beauty channel. Because we share new ideas about making your unbelievable and really great relationship with a girl from any Slavic countries. There are still some comments of the guys that I would like to end up reading. Some men were mentioning that you, Victoria, were dating wrong guys who didn't care about you getting home safely. But like mostly guys care, but there are some who may learn to do that. These Ukrainian men sound very good, like dream dates. Well, my dear, as I told you, this is not one man. This is a feature of many different guys that had we had luck to see. So. Unfortunately, Harry says, some foreign guys are very quick to shout scam, when often it is them just not understanding the Ukrainian mentality. Thank you so much. I hear this all the time when a man is doing something wrong, and it's about personal issues, and it's about his mentality, but he immediately calls it scam because this is something he doesn't like. Don't do that, guys. Because as Marina said, if he repeats doing the same mistake, maybe there is something wrong with our relationship. Maybe you should look for a reason inside your heart, inside your mentality. Thank you, ladies, once again. I'm really impressed with your English language skills. Thank you for your insights, says Harry. Thank you, Harry, for saying that. We still have a question for the ladies in percentages. How many of their experiences or dates with foreign men are positive versus negative? That's the last question, and it's a very good question. Thank you, Vivian Lurich. Natalie, in percentage, what is how many? Let's say how many negative things you face with work.
I had only one negative experience, and I can't say it was negative. It was just not very interesting. It was a date when I had to sit and to listen for more than an hour, a self-promotion of a man, and nothing more. Just it was not very interesting for me, and I understood that. Sorry, next time I'll write to him that I'm very busy and we won't meet. So that was the worst date in my life, and it was only the one date.
Okay, so I can say 90. Can I say that 95% of your experience is positive?
Maybe the first dates most can be positive because the man
Okay.
always tries to make an impression on you. But after that, when you feel that it's not a chemistry, or maybe you are not very interested to each other, and after that, something's going on. But it wasn't very bad experiences. It was just so. So we can meet, we can chat, we just can be friends, but no more.
Thank you. Thank you. How about you, Svetlana? What is the percentage of bad experience in dating foreigners in your
I think that
perception?
I can say is that my dates with foreigners was pretty successful, but after them we both can decide if we match or if we feel some kind of chemistry or not. But I'm success, but I can say that all my dates were successful. I mean,
So positive.
good.
Let's say guys didn't do
Positive.
stupid things.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. What about you, Elenita?
Natalie, I would like to say that before the dating, which, for example, you recommend, you always made some short instructage or short education, how ladies should make some behavior, how should be beautiful, about her attitude, and all my dating with foreigners was very nice and successful because I am good your student and I'm strong in communication, and I respect a lot all men, all foreigner which came from another country, because I understand all the efforts but due to development of relationship, it's another story. But all my first dating was very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I also have my comment about it, but I want the ladies to say. Thank you, Elena. Yes, Elena says right. I brief the ladies about the date. I brief the guys about what ladies like. We make sure that the restaurant is not too expensive, that the place is comfortable, that it is quiet enough, that it's not going to bother, that you will dedicate 100% of your attention on each other. So we try our best to make it as comfortable as possible. And thank you for reminding me that. Yes, I believe that soon we will be able to come back to all these practicing, because I believe the strict lockdown will be over after May 10th, and you gentlemen will be able to arrive to Ukraine and meet these wonderful, amazingly beautiful ladies. Thank you, Elena, my dear.
Natalie, may I add about traveling in COVID time? As a doctor, and I'm working in the field of pharmaceutical business, so we can expect that summertime will be like a window for travelers, and will be a big chance to to travel to visit another countries and meet lady, because in the autumn will be again next wave of COVID. So I would like to know to draw your attention that the summer is will be a good window for traveling.
Thank you. Guys, remember that. Remember that we are waiting for the end of May and summertime, and we will want to have more marriages. Thank you, Elenita, my dear. That's inspiring information. So we are waiting for the window. And Victoria, how about you? What percentage of your date is positive or negative in terms of dating partners? Do you have much?
Natalie.
Yes.
I have a positive date almost to
Yes.
my
Besides some
almost
taxi things, but yes, that's okay. Yeah.
Yes, okay. It's very interesting and positive. Maybe because I am positive, and this my positive is coming to him. Maybe
Wow.
maybe it.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Because things that who you are, you attract who you are. And I would say that about 20% of foreign men could learn how to do better in dates. I see it from my matchmaker's experience. And I coach the man who comes to me on things that I watch from the feedbacks of what he's doing. I try to immediately get a plan for him that he wins immediately. But knowing about procrastinations, knowing about taxi, knowing about flowers, knowing about many different things that are important to a girl, specifically when he's coming and there is a specific girl who really wants to impress. So then I prepare the whole brief, serious brief about the right strategy, the right attitude, the right words he can say to win her heart. That's another benefit of having a matchmaker. Having somebody supporting you to do your best. But about 20% of things you definitely need to learn, because overall humans are humans, and we are happy about general things that are common in different nations, but there is space for it. And I remind you that you can always get this information that is specific to you, to your story, to your situation on my coaching sessions. There's a link in the description to this video to get my coaching session. Welcome, I'm there for you. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Stay subscribed with Matchmaking Boutique Possible channel and to learn more about dating, about relationship, and hopefully this year we will have at least 5 marriages or more like we had previous year. Right now, the COVID time has brought us 3 new solid couples that we are expected to turn into marriage. We just had Zach and Lesa. You can see their video on our YouTube channel, as Lesa is already in America. She's happy with Zach, and there is a brief video about their reunion and more to be continued. Please follow their story. They are on our website, and they were kind enough to participate in showing how it actually works and what it looks like. And my special thanks to Zach and Lesa. So, dobrej noči to everybody. Thank you for watching us, and thank you for your willingness to learn, because knowledge wins all the time. My big hug to all my community. I love you guys. I love you ladies, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Zach was here. Oh my God, Zach. Hello. Oh, wow. What a surprise. What a surprise. I was just mentioning my dear Zach, and he was watching us. Mwah. My special hug to you, my dear. And now, bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.